Hey, hello there, everybody, and welcome to our one-shots today. How are you guys all doing?
Oh, good morning, good morning. Great. How is everybody else?
We're all great.
Ready to play.
Yeah, it's good.
But I finally figured out what it was that I was missing. I'm missing your names. The overlays have names from characters from 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're Bastion. Did you know we're Bastion?
You guys
together.
We're
together. We are one entity. He actually is like a somebody with a, what is it called?
Like personalities.
Split personality.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you
Or
go.
it could be like Siamese twins or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like to think y'all just haven't fused together yet. In the mornings
Well,
you wake
we're
up separately,
fused,
but
like,
then you fuse
below the
below
torso.
the torso, you can't see over there.
together. Okay.
like
Just
attached
share
at the
one set of
thigh.
legs.
Yeah.
You should go get a giant T-shirt and just see if you can both fit in it.
We probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be the most comfortable.
All right, there you go. You have real names now. Sorry about that.
Real names. I always wanted a real name.
It's
Same.
wonderful. So how are you guys all doing?
All right.
Good. Daylight
Groggy.
savings hasn't, rocked my world or anything, so that's good.
Good, good.
How about you?
I am sleepy, but excited to
Yeah.
be here.
Yeah. Thank you for having us on here with you. This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It is my pleasure to be here, to have all of you here. So we've got BanzaiBaby, who's another contestant on Stream On, and we've got
Yay.
Kupakins, who is BanzaiBaby's close personal friend, it looks like, considering they are connected at the hip.
I know.
And we've got RnTwigTaco from my chat and Coyote from my chat as well. And I've dropped a pencil, and I'm Neal, or Koibu, whichever you prefer.
Hello.
So why don't we hop sort of on into game? And I want to know who you're playing today. Everybody. If you can see the map, I'm going to drag you to this place called Meadstead. That is where we'll be starting our campaign today. So let's get to know our characters a little bit here. Let's start with BanzaiBaby. Who are you playing today?
I am Brother Honeybun of the monastic order. We believe in the bounty of food. Hello.
Wonderful. The bounty of food. Is there anything in particular about that religion or ethos that we should be aware of?
The order itself, as you know, when we take the order of Cornucopus, this is old Cornucopus, we shed our old names and take the names of the foods that we love in order to have a bountiful harvest. We help those who need food because food is life and food is important.
Wonderful. That sounds amazing. Do you have any particular favorite or moments of your backstory that we should be aware of? How did you become a follower of Cornucopius?
It's just we're all, if you notice, the order of Cornucopus are all heavy set gentlemen because we love life.
Okay.
And we love to eat of the substance of life, and also sorry, and mostly we're just field folks. We are simple human beings. I actually used to be a starving young lad myself, so thin, so lacking of life, and then this Cornucopius monk took me in, and he gave me substance of life, and I knew that this was my path. I must feed the world and people.
Wonderful. And next to Honey Baby. No, yes? Honey Brother.
Honey brother. My brother Honeybun.
Brother Honeybun. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so I am Lavin. I'm a rogue, and I grew up on the streets, so I took care of myself. I kind of became a klepto and had to steal food for, surviving, things like that. And then, Brother Honeybun likes to give food to everyone, so we became real good friends real fast, but I still really like stealing things just for the thrill of it. So I'm into it.
Everyone's got to have a little bit of excitement in their life.
It's true. It's an adrenaline rush. Have you tried it?
No, I have not tried that.
No.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Wonderful. And how long have you known Brother Honeybun? I need to start writing these names down. I'm so bad at remembering names.
Do not worry, my child. You look a little thin. Have a pastry.
I couldn't actually tell you how long I've known Brother Honeybun. I was just wandering the streets one day, and I saw Brother Honeybun just handing out pastries to all of the, orphan kids on the street. Me and my mouse friend, Winston, we were like, those pastries look really good. We should follow this person around.
It has been at least 5 years, my child. 5 years.
That long, huh?
You still need more meat on your bones, but it's okay. Have another pastry.
You have a mouse friend named Winston?
I do.
How long have you had Winston? Is Winston getting on in age, or is Winston nice and spry?
Winston has a magical spell on him, and so he is a longer life than most mice.
Ooh.
But yeah, he's an elder mouse. He's about 10 years old, which is, shouldn't be alive for a mouse, but
Yeah.
got that special spell, and he helps me steal things. We have a special bond.
Okay.
He likes to hang on my shoulder.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next up, we have TwigTaco. Who are you playing today?
I'm playing Venflo, a tiefling bard.
And tell me a little bit about your tiefling bard.
He's a bit of a crazed individual. He just goes out there, just with a lute, just strumming. Town to town, wherever the land takes him.
All right.
Pushed from town every time he gets in with the tavern owner's daughter. Just next town over, he runs away.
I see.
Sort of looking for somewhere to just play his music and settle down. But that's not likely to happen.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you live a life that is conducive to settling down.
Nah.
All right. And last but not least, we have Coyote. Who are you playing today?
I'm playing Darumarsh. He is a half-orc that is big as a building, but ugly as a sack of shit. And he's in mourning right now because he lost his pet sheep, Fred. And he's had to make a cloak out of him, as it is his family's tradition to make wear out of their pets.
Oh,
So
Fred.
he's in the near the bottom of a mug right now.
Wearing Fred, his pet sheep.
Yep,
It should be warm.
it
Well,
is.
you should still get use out of the body, though.
Yeah.
That is very practical.
Okay, and I forgot to ask this, how do Venflon, how do you know Brother Honeybun and Lavin?
Well, I was drifting around the taverns, and as I barged into one, starving as I'd just been chased out before a good meal, I walked up and they were just throwing food at me. It was truly amazing. I've never been showered in so much pastry.
And Darumarsh, how do you know everyone else?
Well, I live out in the woods, so I'll come to town occasionally, and they'll give me food. And I eat a lot, so I think that works well with the teachings of the brother.
So it kind of sounds like Brother Honeybun has created this group of people around him by providing everybody with all of this delicious food.
Food is
Yeah,
life.
free food.
Food is life. Life is food.
The way to a person's heart truly is.
How do you afford all of this delicious food, Brother Honeybun?
No. The gods give us what we have come to. And also, you would be very surprised, there's a lot of various different cornucopian months, mostly in the city, but heavily in the towns and countryside. So there is a collective communion that gives me stipends every other month. Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. So you all are starting off in our tavern today. It is called the Red Horn. Notes here. And you're all sitting around a table together, talking about this thing, that thing, sharing stories about stealing goods or providing food or murdering your best friend, or just, the bars that you've played in the past. How does it you guys sitting around the table?
Sing us a song, Bard!
If you've got some gold, I will.
I could get some gold for you.
Can you sing a song about Fred?
Fred, I didn't know Fred.
Oh, yes.
I've only known Fred as a cape.
Well, there you go. Sing about him as a cape.
Fred is a practical cape. He keeps the owner dry. There you go. That's Fred. That's my knowledge of Fred.
He was a sheep.
It is okay. At least his meat will feed the others. It is the cycle of life, my friend. It is. But at least
you ate all of them.
You have his warmth. His warmth will always be encircling you. Fred will always be with you on your back.
The warmth of his soul wraps around you.
Yes.
Holds you close. Keep you warm.
And I hold Winston here.
I'll grab like a halfling that walks by that has really curly hair, and I'll start rubbing his head on my face to remind me of Fred.
I think this is
probably a strength check.
That is not socially acceptable behavior in this town. The halfling claws at you and starts yelling, and you begin to attract the attention of other people sitting nearby.
Oh, my friend, I don't think the halfling quite likes you like Fred does.
Oh, sorry.
Halfling bats your hands away and scurries off. However, you have attracted the attention of the proprietor, who steps on over. He's a youngish man, too young to be owning a bar, but somehow he's come into holding it. Puts his hands on his hips and looks at the four of you and goes, "What the hell? This is the third time today I've had to come over here and ask you guys to clean up your act. First, you're yelling. Next, you're playing really bad music, all off-key. And now you're like grabbing patrons by the hair. I'm going to have to ask you guys to leave the bar today."
Oh, are you sure, my friend? I'm very sorry. It's just, your bar is so accommodating that I just cannot contain ourselves sometimes,
I see a money pouch on his waist, and I would like to try to take that.
Give me a sleight of hands check.
I'm going to help by tapping him on the back with my tail.
All right, give me a check at advantage, please.
Okay. Oh my goodness, why won't you let me scroll? Character sheet.
There you go. It's just delayed.
23. That's quite good. There's this tapping at his back, and he looks around, and the bard's tail is there, and he throws his hands up all flushed. That's it! Get out! Get out! But in the confusion, you totally just swipe that belt pouch away after cutting the strings. And he starts, banging on the table and demanding that you leave his tavern.
Oh, I'm very sorry, my friends. I will take them out. Let us go. Let us go.
Right.
Come on, I haven't even finished my mug yet.
Out!
I grab him by the arm and I pull him. I'm like, come on.
Okay.
You gotta go.
Just shuffle out into the street before he notices.
He'll sadly shuffle out.
All right. You all exit out into the streets of Meadstead. It is a small, sleepy little town at the end of this big, vast plain along the Honey Rapids River. As you're walking out of the town there, you see what looks to be a scuffle between two people. There is an older man who seems to be tugging on the purse of a young lady. When I say older man, I mean like a guy in his 80s or something, trying to purse snatch.
Is she attractive, though?
Why don't you roll me 3d6 for how attractive you find her?
What's if you're likely to find them attractive?
If you're likely, then it's 3d4 plus 6. You have a...
Oh, wait, wrong one. 3d4 plus 6.
Average attractiveness.
Well, I'm gonna walk over towards her because she's average, and that's all that Venlo needs.
That man is just probably hungry.
That and a pulse.
I will help in this situation as well, to distress this situation.
So I'm gonna storm
Oh,
over.
my friend, what is going on here? Separation?
Upon the arrival of this heavily armed group, the old man lets go of the purse and starts hobbling down an alleyway away from you as quickly as possible. The young lady looks back and forth at you guys and at the old man and back to you guys and goes, I don't know, he just started tugging on it all of a sudden. It wasn't even that hard, you know, I didn't need any backup, but...
Is the old man walking very fastly away?
No. He's got that,
He's probably hungry. I will go give him assistance, and you can take care of the lady.
I'll reassure the lady. How are you doing, Flower?
We need to make sure the old man's okay. Maybe he's senile.
Yes, maybe he is senile. Well, gentlemen, sir, please wait. I see that you are in need. Does he stop?
Nope, he keeps hobbling away from you.
Just let him go. Let him go.
Well,
We can eat that food.
but he is obviously a man in need. Sir, are you sure you do not need any help?
Get away!
Is there a decently sized rock anywhere around?
Yes.
I'll pick up and throw it at him.
Those pastries.
No!
Give me a roll to hit.
I'll just use my hand axe.
Sure,
We'll
that's
pretend
fine.
it's right.
You hit the old man with the rock. Roll me D3 plus strength for damage.
Oh dear.
He falls over, flat on his face, bleeding from a head wound right in front of Brother Honeybun.
Oh no, I must save him! I rush over.
When I see this happen, I just instantly turn and begin walking fast towards them.
Okay.
Oh no. I will go ahead, and if it looks really badly, I'm guessing it looks. I don't need a roll to be like, yes, head wound.
No, he's dying. Yes.
Oh, I will go ahead and use one of my very quickly. I don't have a 0 level healing spell. Cure wounds really quickly because he's obviously dying. We can't let the old senile man die.
All right. You cast a cure wounds spell on him, and
1d8. Oh, do you have to roll?
He's got 1 HP, so it's fine.
Okay.
The flesh around the back of his head begins to knit over. The bleeding stops, and he slowly sort of blinks his eyes and rolls over onto his back, looking up at you. Whoa.
It is okay, my friend. Here, blood sugar. You need blood sugar.
Does it appear he has anything of value around on him? Anything?
No,
cool on
what
his
do
neck?
you think you're doing? This man is obviously in need. Is he heavy?
No, he's a very thin older guy.
I'll give him a hand and help him stand up.
Yes, pick him up. It is okay. I am very sorry. We will not be throwing any more rocks at old men.
And so he can't run off again, I'm just going to wrap my tail around him and sort of hug him into us. Just be like, how are you feeling?
What is your name, dear sir?
Rupert. What's going on?
I think you are in a state of confusion. Somehow rocks fell from the sky and popped you on the head. It's very dangerous in this city.
No, I threw a rock at you.
It's very dangerous. The rock fell from the sky.
Why would you throw rocks at me? Why are rocks falling from the sky? What's going on?
He's bad.
It's been one of them days.
Do
Just
that.
trust us. You tried to nick a purse, and God was just like, no.
Did you steal anything else?
What? I'm not a thief.
Something that we should return? Because you could give it to me and I could return it for you.
No,
I'm really good at that. Returning things. to
I am
people.
sure you are.
What was your last memory? Before you got clouted with a rock.
It was the spring of
Oh, boy.
1340.
What was your last
And there
memory
was
today?
a beautiful creek and my wife was sitting beside it. And a boatman came by, and he starts rambling about this tale, this story. About
Can I flick him on the side of the head?
Wonderful, this is a poor man! I will try to block these attempts. You are abusive to the elderly.
Probably find him a place.
Yes, is there actually a place?
Just like a gentle flick. Like, I'm not gonna like hit.
He just took a rock to the head.
Yeah, I feel like
He needs more blood sugar as I shove another pastry into his face.
The old gentleman begins to eat the pastry, getting sort of not quite to his feet, but at least sitting up properly now. Continues this tale of the time he was hanging out by the river with his wife. It's a tale from like 20 years ago. And at the end of it, he gets a little misty in the eyes and goes, So I ramble sometimes.
Do you have
I told you he was senile.
I didn't realize. I was enthralled in your tale of love.
Thank you.
Yes.
Spoke to me.
I think there is a place that we could take you unless you have no home. Do you have a home that we could guide you to? Oh, wait.
Why, of course I have a home, he says, sort of dusting himself off. What sort of riffraff do you think I am?
let's go to your house.
You were speaking to Lord Asriel. You know that?
Oh.
Lord
Who's
Rupert
that?
I
Asriel.
immediately let go of him with my tail.
Wait. Would we know?
Yeah, do we know who that is?
Never heard of this guy.
Okay.
Never heard of you. No. Can you never heard? Well, of course, sir. We will follow you. Is the lady gone? She's probably already long gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
Take us to your house, oh Lord.
If he can walk, I'll let him
Yes.
hobble his way.
Sure. He leads you down through this alleyway into what looks like the cellar of some sort of building, like some sort of establishment. But he just takes like the alley entrance down into the cellar.
I'm uncomfortable.
Odd place for a lord to live.
Oh, it seems about right for me.
You're not a lord.
Are you sure
yeah.
this is your house? Didn't you say you were lordly?
Of course! Lord Rupert Asriel of the sewers.
Oh!
Come in.
Well,
Someone could call you a shitlord.
Are there
You are not welcome.
that
You have to stay
My
out.
friend.
money?
He's poor man editor.
Okay.
What, I'm sorry, what were you saying, lady?
Forgive my friend.
Do you have cool things in the sewers that might be valuable, perhaps?
Well, I'm not Mr. Asriel of the sewers.
Okay. I don't know if we should go with him.
it's
I'm
very...
just going to follow him into the sewer.
Oh! But it's so stinger.
You won't be able to eat your pastries. They might start smelling gross.
Oh, I will actively not touch anything.
Okay.
Just come in behind me. I'm sure I can block you.
I'm going to lend you my backpack to put your pastries in.
Oh, thank you. Or well, I have backpacks already.
Yeah, but you can double back. You can double bag it.
I could
Double
double
bag
bag it. Very, very good thinking, my friend. Oh.
All right. Sounds like 3 of you enter the sewers. 1 of you has been denied access, or permission at least, because being a dick to the old man, but you know.
Well, I mean, he could just hide behind me. I am a hefty enough person. And...
I think I might outsize you a little bit.
how tall are you?
I'm like 6'7".
Oh boy.
Ooh, just scrunch down a little
Yeah.
bit.
You should probably come with us because we don't know what's going to be down here. What if this?
Oh, my friend, Lord, I am so sorry about my friend's rudeness. Can he? We would graciously like your since you are so noble, please, your nobleness, you will please, what is it called? Allow this poor peasant a second chance.
Yeah, he also carries our pastries. So if you want those.
Fine. But
So.
I gotta give him one good one on the nose.
Okay.
Let's go.
Can the old man reach his nose?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to, like, put his hand up, but he gives you, like, a bop on the nose with his knuckles. And then leads you down into this, well, it looks like a cellar entrance, but turns out to be like a sewer access point. There's just like a flat little area, and then just like a ravine of raw sewage. But this flat little area's got a little bed, it's got a couple of tables and some bookcases, a little nightstand with some candles on it. There's a little kitchen built in here somewhere with the smoke going up out of...
in any sort of fancy candle holder?
For Lord Rupert Asriel, they are very fancy candle holders. For you, they're kind of gross and you might not want to touch them.
Okay, great.
How is the kitchen? Is it cleanish? No-ish.
I mean, it's purged by fire constantly, so it's probably sanitary, but it's not, you know, like, sparkling clean. It's like
It's not shiny.
Yeah, it's like a fire pit with just like a piece of metal tossed over it. And there's like yesterday's grease still sitting on the metal rack.
Well, I'm glad we saw you safely home.
No, hold on,
You've
saved me from the falling rocks. I must thank you.
Yeah. Your words are enough. I'm just slowly backing.
No, I insist. I have this.
No insistence necessary. We actually have a thing that Miss Brother Honeybun has a place to be.
Miss I am obviously Mel. Haven't you tell by this manly physique?
Brother Honeybuns really needs to go to his sermon over across town. So we really can't stay. We just wanted to make sure you were safe.
Oh, I guess I'll just keep these rubies to myself then.
Oh, I would love those rubies. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize we had that. You can totally give us those.
Wonderful. He bends over and kind of reaches under the bed and pulls out a box, opens it up, then blinks and goes, my rubies, they're gone. That's right. The young woman that was here a few minutes, where'd she go? She has my rubies.
I think we've made a mistake, folks. Did anyone see where that woman went off to before we came down here?
Lord Asriel,
like you were looking at her a whole lot.
Lord Asriel starts eyeing Levin very closely. It starts getting a little bit, starts stepping closer to you.
I'm gonna back away. We don't need to get close. I'm actually not looking for a relationship right now.
My eyes aren't so good. Are you the young lady that was here earlier today? Delivering milk and eggs?
I have never been here before. I would remember.
Neal.
Winston and I, we gotta go with brother to the sermon. Remember I was telling you about the sermon. We gotta get out of here. It's just, come on, brother Honeybun.
Oh, yes. Hey, how about we just tuck you back into bed? Obviously, that was all been a nightmare as I quickly put him into bed.
I'm just like shuffling away, like pulling brother with me. But I'm readying my weapon just in case. I'm eyeing the old man.
I think he's,
Yeah, we gotta go find that woman because she's got rubies.
I don't know. He thinks he's a duke in the sewers.
We should go.
Okay.
I'm uncomfortable. It smells. I really don't want your delicious pastries to smell.
Here, have a nighttime pastry before he talks. And we should probably lead you off to, obviously, super fine.
All right. You guys leave. You put the old man to bed. You guys exit the little sewer entrance, and you're back in the alleyway of the town. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, he's obviously senile.
We gotta find that lady, though. Rubies.
Possible rubies.
But it could be potential rubies.
You're right, we should return it to them if they're actually really rubies.
Return it
to him.
To us.
To him.
If we go back to where she was at, I could track her.
We could get with those rubies, though.
You know what? You know what? I'm not doing anything today. Let's go ahead and just check. See what is about.
Okay. You guys head back out into the streets, and Daru Marsh, you said you can track through the city streets?
I was just gonna go to where she was standing. I'm gonna look at her tracks. Probably get up close to him, smell them, taste it a little bit,
Oh boy.
follow her trail.
I got
Well,
into that.
they are
I
dirt
just look
streets.
at you in disgust this entire time.
Yeah, the streets here are dirt, and it's been maybe 15 minutes, and it's not a particularly busy section of the town. So yeah, you can give me a, what is it, a survival check? A nature check to track. Right? Is that tracking in 5e? Nature?
Either one.
Sure, let's do nature.
No. It's the same either way.
Hey, not bad. Sure enough, you can follow her prints. They're the most recent ones. They lead north out of town and onto the riverbank. And then they proceed to head north up the Honey Rapids River.
Out of town, up.
Out of town and up the river. So now that you guys are all like at the bank of the river, outside of the town itself, you want to follow these? I mean, they're clearly going like out of civilization and to the north.
Are you sure you want to chase after some woman who might or might not have rubies? When there's a lovely, warm set of taverns in this town.
I mean,
he did seem a little crazy.
He was the lord of a sewer.
I've never held a ruby before.
I mean, we could just be stalking this young lady and then be terrified when it's just like a bag of potatoes.
I like potatoes too.
Oh, these are good, yeah.
These are delicious.
I'm already banned from Mystria for that.
Potato pastries. We can make potato pancakes.
We
can make hash browns. We can make.
Don't worry, guys. She's going out into the wilds. That's where my home is. Me and Fred used to sleep out there.
Oh,
Together,
Fred.
snuggled up.
So we can just claim we're off to your house.
Well, I mean, it is up to you guys. You know, there's always hungry folks everywhere. Do you want to follow this lady, or do you want to go to another tavern that we hopefully will not get kicked out of?
Oh, that was the last
Well,
tavern
yeah.
I could go in. I've been kicked out all of them, so.
All right, then let us go about and follow this very questionable lead.
Woo!
Don't worry, guys. We can follow my nose.
Okay. You start heading up river. And can I get perception checks from everybody in the party?
Heck yes.
Oh, perception.
Oh, good. My perception.
6,
How do I do that on roll 20?
9, 16. If
Oh,
you find your
19.
character sheet, you just click
Just
on the
click
perception button. Yeah.
19 plus 5.
Fantastic.
So that's 24.
Wonderful. That's quite good. As you're heading up the creek here, you, anyone with a 15 or higher, so Daru Marsh and Brother Honeybun, you both spot kind of stuck in what looks to be maybe a bit of a beaver dam. There is a body, and it is not an old body. It's kind of like been caught up, and one of its legs is sticking up out of the sticks and everything, and it's just like tucked away there.
Whoa.
What's up?
That beaver dam isn't necessarily made out of wood.
Oh, what's in me? Oh.
Oh, corpses.
Corpses. We should probably not. It's going to pollute the water.
We should loot their bodies.
We should get the body out the water.
We should get it just out of the water.
Yeah.
I'll
and
just
then
start walking
they
towards the body
are
to
by
pull it out.
looking through their stuff.
Yes, I will help.
All right. It's not too difficult to fish the body out of the water. You're just going to stick and poke it until it comes down and back up. Dragging it up onto the shore. It is The body of a middle-aged farmer, it looks like. He's got to be somewhere in his early 50s. His clothes definitely make him look like a farmer. The dirt caked on him, even after soaking in the water for a while. The well-tanned skin, the scraggly hair, the nasty, gross fingernails. Definitely a farmer. And you notice
Can I check to see how he died?
Yeah. Give me an investigation check. Single stab wound right between, I don't know the number of the ribs, but the ribs right next to your heart. The 5th and 6th rib or something?
Right there.
Yeah, right over there.
He was murdered.
Yeah, and you know what? He wasn't murdered that long ago. He's pretty fresh. You know, this could have been earlier today.
What if they're still here waiting for us? What if this is a trap? What if it was the lady with the rubies and that's how she got them?
As obviously some kind of quarrel. Like, can we, well, or I forget what his name is. Sorry. Can you have obviously have tracking skills? Can you see if there's anything on the other side of the river?
Oh, okay. I'll shuffle over to this son and do my typical get low to the ground, sniff a little bit, and lick.
Give me another nature check. And you're checking the ground on the other side of the river, right?
Yeah, see if someone crossed.
You know, no human has been over here recently, but you can definitely taste the unique flavor of bear urine.
Oh, wait. There's...
Well, we don't know that.
Oh, no, we don't know yet.
He'll probably lick it a little bit more.
Found something interesting, friend?
Yeah, some bear urine. It's really good for the liver. At least that's what my mom told me.
I don't think your mom was being truthful with you.
Oh, my mother never spoke any lies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was 5, she told me how ugly I was.
Oh.
Well, she spoke the truth.
Yep. And she said, if someone loves me, that means that they really love me.
Oh. Well, that's good. That is a great saying. Your mother is very wise. So, obviously, is there, like, I guess we could try figuring out where this man came from. I feel sorry we're leaving his body.
Has he got anything on him that might, besides just being a general farmer?
He's got the, like, if you have a bag tied to your waist or something around your belt,
yeah.
He's got the section still tied around his belt, but the bag is missing. It looks like someone has recently taken his valuables.
Stole his valuables, then stabbed him when he turned around.
Can we tell? I know we've seen the bear, but is there a way that we could tell if there was a human that went the other way, like anywhere around? If there's
Yeah. So with the tracking checks that Duermarsh has, you can tell that there's still one set of tracks leading up this side of the river, the same tracks that you've been following since town. And they head upriver. Maybe he floated down somewhere.
Down and then got caught in the beaver dam.
Mm-hmm.
We're walking upriver, aren't we?
Yes, you are walking upriver.
So I guess we walk upriver and see if there's a bit of a scuffle up ahead.
Yes.
Hold on, guys. I think I figured it out. So that lady, she's a werebear. She killed him and took his stuff, then transformed into a bear and went across. Because a bear wouldn't just leave a body there.
What time of day is it, Neal?
It'd eat it.
2 in the afternoon.
I just tap him on the shoulder with my tail and point up. It's daylight, my friend.
There are some people who can turn into animals at will. I met them on the streets.
I feel like this needs more investigation.
I think we have the choice between footsteps or bear urine. We should go with the footsteps.
I agree.
Footsteps.
Yeah.
I don't want to get mauled today. And bears don't have anything
I just
very
don't want to get
valuable.
mauled.
One of you's like, today is not my day for mauling. That's Wednesday. And the other's like, never. All right. You
Friday I'm busy.
you head upriver until you come to an area that there was clearly a scuffle. There's like a little bit of cloth dangling and a branch over here. The bushes are all torn asunder. The ground is a little bit ripped up. And there are some blood stains that drip down towards the river.
Oof.
Ooh.
Looks definitely like someone was murdered here.
Is there a house steadying around here?
Yeah, there's a little like shack. It looks like a place a farmer might or a herder might take shelter in a storm while they're watching their flock.
I immediately go to the shack and I check if it's unlocked.
Yes, the tracks lead towards the shack, and yes, you get to the shack. And you know, we're gonna take our first break right before we walk into the shack.
Okay.
And we'll be back in just a few minutes with a little bit more of our D&D campaign. So see you guys soon.
Yay.
Break time!